I really thought I was just a broken person and that I was just going to have to live with this in some way. And turns out there was a solution to my problem, and it was really not that hard. It just took some time. So my name is Morgan, and I live in Burbank, California, so not too far from here, and I love rock climbing. I wanted to build up some more muscle across my whole body, and the only real way that I found that was interesting to me to do that was rock climbing. It uses not so much cardio, but it does use flexibility and strength and builds all of those. You need both of those to stay on the wall. So through some repetitive motions throughout my youth of really just being on the computer, laying on my stomach a lot like this, that was the start of a lot of shoulder issues. But certainly starting rock climbing really exacerbated those problems to the point where I really wasn't able to sleep very well for a couple weeks there. And I did see one doctor through my network who pretty much told me, "You're young, go away." You know, really minimized my problems, and they said that you're fine. So these issues were really affecting, I realized slowly, just every part of my life, basically. I would have to strategize to sleep. I would have to be very careful about how I was what yoga poses I was doing, how I was lifting a box, how I laid on one side or another. It was very pervasive. I waited way too long to do something about my problem, that's for sure. I serendipitously ended up in a situation where someone who's knowledgeable of neuromuscular therapy was able to work on me a few times, and that was ultimately the piece that I needed to know that healing was possible at all. And I had honestly resigned myself to, this is just how it is, especially after visiting a doctor who told me that you don't have any problems. So I waited way too long, probably at least a year, since it got super bad with rock climbing, yeah. I think if I had never come here, I would still be trying to limp along with a massage ball, being on my roller, trying to just find some sort of relief that sort of gets me through the day and eases up some of my symptoms, but just feeling this heaviness of things are not going to get better than this, and having real apprehension and sometimes dread about doing physical activities, just feeling really limited. So the way I found Elevated was by doing literally just a Google search for neuromuscular therapy, and that directed me to a Yelp page for Elevated PT, and read through the reviews, and it looked really good, and ended up here. What I've gotten out of my time here is that I really thought I just needed some body work. I wasn't as married necessarily to the idea of getting PT, to be honest with you. But through doing the different exercises here and seeing the results over even the first 3 weeks, I would say, of feeling less pain and feeling more capable and empowered, it turns out that a more holistic approach was really what I needed. So I'm very grateful that searching for one specific thing led to a much broader approach. What I love most about Elevated is Maddie, because it is so evident immediately how well educated and informed she is, how dedicated she is to her clients, really going that extra mile. There have been a couple times when she's emailed me after our appointment to say, hey, we were talking about something or other, and here's some more information about it, or here's something you can borrow to read. She really makes the difference, because it's one thing to have the body work and the assignments of different exercises to do, but having that peace of mind that someone is so well informed, so educated, and very capable at pulling from so many different disciplines makes all the difference. Another thing that I really love about Elevated's approach to physical therapy is that they use this online platform that is so good. I have to say, I've only done physical therapy a couple times before in my life, and being handed a couple printouts in black and white with some real small pictures and a couple directions of sort of how to do something is just not helpful, and it's not effective, and it feels almost like a waste of time to go when I get home and I'm not sure how to do an exercise. What they do here is make actual videos of a real live person doing the exercises and even giving some tips. There are assignments for every day of the week and suggested reps and rest periods and resistance bands or equipment that you need to use. That has been an unexpected, huge bonus to finding Elevated for sure. I think what's great about Elevated is that they're so confident in their product, as it were, or their service, that they offer the 1 hour consultation, and that to me is huge. And ultimately was really what got me to come in, because there's no strings attached. I was able to just come in and get real answers to some of my questions and know if I could be helped or not, or if it was a lost cause. And so I think that's what's really great, is that there's a completely no-risk way to come in, see if you vibe with the people, see if you vibe with what they're able to do here. Support from the staff here has been excellent. Anytime that I have a question about my appointment or something that we talked about, they've always answered right away, or else given me a call back. I've definitely left an appointment or two where I realized I still had questions about something important, and it's nice to know that I'm not left hanging. There's always a sense that I'm not some number and I'm not some sales statistic, that I'm an actual person, and that staff is actually invested in my healing and my peace of mind. The time and money were definitely worth it to me, because I allowed my problems to get to a point where there was no other option. I really needed to invest that time and money in myself and in expert help who can actually tell me what to do and what can be fixed and how to fix it. So it was an excellent investment, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.